Welcome to No Man's Sky Permadeath mode, and here we are guys, we're down on my base just looking around because in this part what I want to do is finish off my new freighter. I need to work on my farm and one or two other bits and pieces, but there's a few modifications I want to do down here on the base first. And what we're going to be doing guys is taking out a couple of these storage containers because I have a grand plan for the future. What I do is just take that out, and we're also going to take this one out. It will all make sense guys, and what I need to do is I don't want a cuboid room. What I do want a solid cube in here so that the base looks solid. What I do need to do is go out and see what it looks like from the outside. There we are. And it's not that clear, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, because my plan is to have a couple of these storage vaults up on my freighter in a room that will be a preparation room for when I go through the center of the galaxy, that I can bring these other vaults up so they will be available for storage. And what I'm going to do guys is just going to go through. There's something else I want to show you. This is based on a comment from Snafu, who mentioned something about carbon planters, and I'm afraid I had to get a bit carried away. This isn't a min-max situation, this is just me thought it'd be really cool to have some wall planters around my save location here. Grab that. Plus it means that it will give me a source of carbon that I can pick up when I want to when I come back here. So this is my new save module with the building in the center there. And have I gone the right way? Yes, I've gone the right way. Okay guys. And I think what we can do now is we're just going to go up and back to the system that I've been currently exploring, the Wakua Ratali 16 station, and we're going to go to the freighter and, as I say, work on the freighter base. And as usual guys, a very big thank you for all your comments and feedback. I really find it very useful. You know, some of the things you tell me is sometimes it's a prod for things that I should know and I've used in the past and then forgotten all about it and got into other habits. And some things are completely new. I mean, well, you know, especially the wall planters. I mean, I've known about them for a long time, but to be honest, I've never used them. But I will be using them in the future. And where's my freighter gone? Come on, don't hide from me. There we are. It's my big freighter. I mean, I was looking at it the other day and I thought it'd be really cool if you could actually come in and just land on the top of it, so you actually like just land and get out. I know you can't do it, but well, that's the entrance there. And what I've been doing guys is I've really been stocking up on resources off camera in preparation for doing this. You know, plenty of iron, lots of carbon, various other resources stashed around. Whoops. And out we go. I was saying, what I want to do in here is actually build 2 rooms. So, find the cuboid room, hydroponics, can't. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is go 3 deep in. Okay. And what I want is a 3x3 room like this. So we got something like this. storage vaults. If I can find them again. And one on that side. 6 on that side. Effectively got a room like this. And then, as you can see, eventually when the time comes for me to go through the center of the galaxy, the other vaults can come in and drop in this area here. And of course the other thing, next thing I want, and I can't remember what I need in the way of resources, so we're going to have to find it first. I think it's in here, isn't it? So we need 500 emerald and 6 voltaic cells. Okay. I can get the emerald from the... Right, that can go to the exosuit. And we should be able to make the 6 voltaic cells. 2, 4, 5. And I want the trade terminal popped in there like that. This is the, as I say, going to be a kind of operations room. This can go back to the freighter. So we're back to there. You can see I've rearranged this freighter so that, as I say, you can see here I've got my nitrogen, sulfurine, radium across the top here, and what I've effectively done is moved all my green elements up here as well, and I've arranged them in a way that means that if I move that way, because that's actually got in the way, so that I can have 2,000 of each over a period of time. I'm also thinking about moving some of my other key resources up here as well, so this is effectively going to be a ready storage area now. Take advantage of the 30 slots, so that if when I'm about and about and I pick up odds and ends of various elements that overflow from my ship or exosuit inventory, I can send it up here. The same with any nitrogen, sulfurine or radium I pick up. As I go along, I can just send the odd few elements as I find them by just knocking down plants and that, and they can go up there, and once it builds up I can then transfer that to the ship to build things. That's my thought process on that, guys. Then what we're going to do is come in here and we're going to start another room out here, and again we're just going to make it into a cuboid room, and this is going to be my, how can you say, my planting system. And just going to, we're going to start with 3 by 3, and I'm sure. And what I want to do is use the double planters center here first. Close. 25 up. And maybe we'll go back some more. Yeah, yep, let's go back. We'll go back another. Let's just go back another 3. So we've got a nice big room. Put another planters this way down the center. And actually I haven't recovered the resources from the, oops, here. Yep. Got solarium. Might as well bring this over while I'm looking at it. I lost resources by actually not picking that up before I bought the new freighter, but then that's the way it goes, guys. And what I do want to do now is just come here. Get side. So the way I'm looking at it, guys, is one side is going to be fungal mold and the other side is be and we don't have enough for that. Okay, that's to be expected. Solarium is a little bit more there. So now Snafu put forward the idea that if you put carbon planters down, that means these do not actually need to be filled up with carbon. And that's an experiment I want to do. I like the idea of these planters, so what I'm going to be doing is let's just rotate these. What I have is I know like some of you guys will say it's over the top, and you are probably right, but I actually like them in pairs like this, and I think eventually I'll put some across the top here, but I'm not going to do that until I've actually got the size of this base up and operational. So you can see this is going to be my planter room, and I have thought about bringing up the farmer up here as well and putting him up here as well, maybe in one of the corners, to make this into a kind of farming area. So this is the foundation of my farming room, and as I say, we've got a couple of planters here. As I say, yes, they will be a source of carbon, but there's also they are going to be an aesthetic for the room. Curiosity. It won't let me do one in the corner. Shame there isn't a corner one, but never mind. So that is my base, a freighter base. I think it's going to be really, really sound, well laid out. So I've got my other room now here laid up, and the other thing I'm kind of thinking, guys, is here. I don't know if I've got the resources to build it actually. Just not gone too far. 3 circuit boards, 2 lubricants. Okay. I got a feeling I might have the circuit board. Let's see. I go down. I think I've got some circuit boards down on the lubricants down on the base down here. I think it'd be really great to have a health repair up on the freighter as well. Appaloosas over here should be, and I think you should have some lubricant. If not, we can always go back. Well, we got some circuit boards, so no lubricant. Okay. One thing left to do, and this is based on a conversation between Phil Silvers and Fork in the Road. And I'll get to here. And this is going to be the new name for the freighter. It's going to be Corvette. As somebody pointed out, my ship fighter, which has just reminded me, is actually called a Mustang, and this is going to be called the Corvette Explorer, and that's spelled correctly, isn't it? So my freighter is going to be called the Corvette Explorer. So we definitely got a bit of a car theme going on here, guys. So, and here we are. And actually, what I can do is maybe it's time to go down. Wait, can you? What's over there? What's that? Trading post. Okay. hostiles coming in. I think we'll go down and see if we've actually got any sulfurine. No, not sulfurine, radium, sorry guys. Just come in over there. Oh, it's a big creature. Okay. I'm just going to slide in and land on this base. Oh. Landing on this planet's just reminded me, and it's making me feel cold. And if any of you guys, well, I live in the United Kingdom, guys, and it's the first time I can ever remember having snow. I mean, I'm recording this on the 1st of March, and to have snow on the ground and the threat of more snow in March is incredible. I mean, I live in the part of the country where you're lucky to see a little bit of snow once a year. You know, I mean, we go years where I live at the moment, because I live in the southern part of the United Kingdom. I mean, we go years and not see any snow, and even then, when it snows, it's like a brief kind of flurry, and it's gone within hours. To be, as I say, on the 1st of March, and to have snow on the ground with the threat of more snow with severe snow warnings is incredible. Plus the temperatures, guys. I mean, as I said, is to have the current temperatures in March. I mean, normally, well, as I say, in the part of the country where I live, I've been out in the garden looking round, thinking about what I'm going to be growing this year, and thinking about planting things, not looking out on a completely frozen pond and, you know, the ground frozen solid. I mean, it's incredible. Anyway, don't want to go on about that too long, but it is a very unusual experience, and I'm actually feeling it. And give you an idea, guys, despite having the heating on, I've actually got a blanket around my legs to keep warm because it's so cold. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Right, we picked up some radium, radium, which is pretty good. I think we've been in here before, but just grab this, and you can pick up a bit of carbon, and I think actually here, right, so we got, that would be frost crystals. Don't really need frost crystals. Some thallium and plutonium out here, so I think maybe we'll just go and collect that before we push off. Actually, what we could do is a couple of missions just to fill in the time before I can go back to the base and actually gather the gamma root to make some lubricant. Oh, that's pretty good down here, guys. Yeah, because I actually did the cash cropping not long before I actually started the video. Well, when I say not long, it was a previous session, but in game time it's not very long, so the crops won't be ready for harvesting just yet. I have a bit more iron because I've probably used up a lot of my iron. In fact, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, I've got surplus iron here, so I haven't. Oh, it's like my reserves have gone down. So okay. That into there. Actually, what I could do is put a couple of these in as well, so they don't clog the inventory up. They've got some emerald here that should be back in the frame, so we can put that in there as well. Okay, so we've got 5 circuit boards, 2 voltaic cells. And another reason why I moved those volts up onto the freighter is I want to start storing some of the various species relics and items in there, so that should I need them in the future, I don't have to, they're easy access, but at the same time they won't be clogging up the, how can you say, the slots on my haulers stored on the freighter deck, guys. Just go check out that. Matter of fact, I think that's a manufacturing base, isn't it? Or is that an operations centre? Okay, let's just go away. Stop annoying me. I think we go check that operations centre out as well. Go away. That looks like there could be some iridium there, so we could go and pick that up. Okay, where's the landing point? Hello, Sentinels. There it is. There's some fungal mould just off the back there. Yeah. All friendly. Okay, this looks like that sink. You're gonna grab that. Yep, out of the way please. And of course we need some iron. Top up my iron resources. So I've got through a lot of them in that building session. That's the only downside of cuboid rooms, is they really consume your iron. And my tool laser is film. Okay, nice. And I say that should be iridium over there. Any new creatures around? Okay, can't see it. Hello creatures. Yep, that's iridium. Thank you. Well, we're certainly going to take that. I'm just gonna mine this out, guys, and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, just grab the last few pieces. A little bit up there, a little bit up there. And that should give me, just have a quick look. Yep, that can go to the freighter. Yours. Iridium, yeah. Over 1,000 iridium. The emerald's in the wrong place, and obviously nickel and copper have switched places. Copper. Right guys, that's that done. Well, also grab the plutonium while we're looking at it. And a bit of carbon. And a bit more. Of course, the other thing also is that my, just have a quick look, check. Yeah, oh, my Mara bulb is still holding up quite well, but I suppose we could always collect a little bit more if I see any. Right, it's just, and of course I haven't been in the building yet. Okay, bit of a fail there, guys. Anyway, claim the base. And oops, no. And another reason why I put that storage vault up is the fact that I also want to keep my freighter fuel up there, the warp drive fuel, so that when I want to recharge the freighter, it's actually stored up on the freighter, ready to go. Right, let's go find the entrance. Oops, I'm out of. I think I'll just recharge one of them for the moment. I don't really need the two. I'm not staying here that long. I know some of you guys have gone for the min-max solution. I actually quite like having all my shields installed permanently. I actually like the idea. I like the aesthetic within the exosuit layout, to be honest. And that's the point I'm at now. I'm not actually worried about min-maxing. I'm just corrupted Unix scrap. Okay, a wired metal dart springs to the panel and slams into my visor. It pierces the skin of my forehead and I feel faint. Ilio, insert. Oh, okay, let's insert 100 units, see what we get. I learn a little of the binary language of the electronic life forms. Okay. Learn the Corvex word for travels. And the Corvex word for new. Okay. I'll take it. Concentrate. And it would be really cool if they gave that as an option to put in a base. I'd love to have something like that in my base. A planter like this as well. Again, not from a production perspective, just from an aesthetic perspective. I think it'd be really cool to have something like this. It's down here. Okay, locked door. And we've got, again, this is a room I'd love, you know, if you could get this stuff there. This is where you guys tell me that you can get it. Probably with a mod or something, but again, I would really like the idea of being able to fit out a room like this so it looks like a workshop of a Corvex convergence cube. Especially nice little details like this. I mean, it'd be great to say if you could equip a room that does look a bit like a workshop and it's got the computer stacks in it. And especially like this little area here. The table and the, whatever that is, looks like a robot arm, doesn't it? Robot assembly arm. Oh, nearly missed that. A whole 148 credits. I'll try not to spend them all at once. What I do now is find the way out. Okay, there it is. There's the way out. And I think that's about it. Now, I'll go back to my base and see and just hang around the base until the crops are ready. So that's what we're going to do, guys. I mean, they should be close by now. I mean, obviously the solarium may not be ready, but the fungal mold should be ready. Great. Go away. Not in the disposition to fight battles today. Yeah, you're too late. Right, back to base. Right, I've just had an idea. It's quite a trivial idea, guys, but gotta find it first. Yeah, we got the weapons rack there. Anything else that we can put in a large monitor station? Could put a could put a flag on that side. Actually, no. Let's put a. Give it the weapons. What here? Tech panel. Not very big. I like the idea of the weapons racky on this side, actually. Yeah, that looks better. Makes the base look a bit more, so that this doesn't look like a blank space. Yep, I like that. I mean, I'm forever tinkering with the base, guys. Okay, let's just go through here. Alright, we've got gamma weed here. If I pick this, should be able to make some lubricant. The fact that this is ready means that it's also ready in the other parts of the base. This is my test area. When I'm harvesting, I always come there first, because it means that if that area's mature, because I always do that first, means that if I come up here, because of course I need the copyright to make the lubricant. I can grab this first. So if I know that's ready, then everything else should be ready, especially the frost crystals, and should be able to do. Oh, I haven't collected enough gamma root, but what I should be able to do now is if I come across to here, you should have more than enough to do this here. When each cycle should produce enough for 8 living glass, depending on my level. The only kind of inconsistency is actually the frost crystals, because I've only got enough. So sometimes I have to use some stored frost crystals, but then I often harvest the frost crystals in between because they grow twice as fast as the gamma root. So I've normally got surplus frost crystals anyway, guys, so I stashed all it. Yep, great. Right, well that can go to the freighter. That is actually full. Okay. So what to do is make one of those. If I make another one, it should slowly make space for. Okay. Can't make any more of those. I can do if I make some glass and make a glass that will start there. The nanites can go to the high capacity suits, and then what we should be able to do is I do want to pick a whole crop, simply because otherwise it will throw my system out. I would have to wait. So I could do. Right. What we need to do then is go over this side. Actually, what these could probably go to the starship. That will make a bit of space, and that could probably go to the starship for the moment. Fungal mold. And that certainly can go to the freighter. That should definitely give me the space now to actually do what I want to do. Right, just going to pick this. Down. Out the door. Oops. Go up. And I won't convert this to sell. Once I've picked all these up, I will turn them into lubricant, and then, well, we'll shove them somewhere for use later on. Okay. Should be able to make more now. That's it. Okay. And how many do go over here? Got a bit of a plain steel gap there, but I suppose in the lights it looks okay. And if I come here, do I need that for a galactic trade terminal? What do I want? Where's it gone? There it is. So we need 2 lubricants. So rest can shove the rest in here for the moment. Go. And we can put the surplus gamma root in there, and the frost crystals I can just turn into glass, I think. turn that into glass, and that can go into there along with the copyrights. We've got a circuit board. Well, I think the circuit board can go back up on the freighter. Let's have a quick shifters in here. Yep, that's my rare elements. You can see this is part of my surplus frost crystals in here, which I use to balance out the production. Okay. Right, let's have a quick. Right, you've got 190, so if I put that, will fill that up. Go in as well. I really need an extra slot iron because I like to have 2 of iron in here, but I think it'd be okay, guys. I think the Gek relic, come back to the starship, come over here like that. We can put the iron in. That should, yeah, that will reclaim that slot for it. I mean, the circuit boards can go somewhere else. We've probably got. The reason I've gone for 3 lots of iridium in here is simply because when you're going out collecting broken machinery and things, having the iridium stored in there will be quite ideal. And of course, I'm also thinking far into the future as well, for when I do go through the center of the galaxy, I will be able to carry the resources that will let me actually repair my ship almost immediately. So I'm just getting in the habit of carrying those resources with me, and plus it means I've got maximum freedom, guys. I say I must admit I am a little bit of a pack rat when it comes to resources and things. That's in real life as well. I have a constant battle with my wife over. She's a minimalist by nature, so as far as she's concerned, if it doesn't have immediate use, we get rid of it. Where I'm a little bit the opposite. I'm the person who stores something on the off chance that sometime, maybe in the next 25 years, I may need it. So I have stuff stashed around the house, and my wife complains frequently about it. A bit more nickel, I think. Can't remember now. Yeah, so we have these little battles normally every summer. Oops, that's a nice close-up. Yeah, but every summer my wife wants to have a tidy up in the house. Oops. Okay, we've got obviously some nice nickel. Yeah, my wife goes through this ritual of saying that, wow, it's not spring clean, it's a summer clean. And she sorts out piles and says this has got to go, and then I surreptitiously sneak it back into where it was been stored for a long time. Anyway, that's a bit of a divergence there, guys. And it also applies to computers as well, but I sometimes borrow her computer and I leave clutter on it, and then I get told off for cluttering up her hard drives. So compared to my hard drives, which are full of old files, old games, all sorts of junk, my wife's computer is incredibly neat. Anyway, right, let's get up. Should have the resources now to put that house station up. Where shall I put it? I think we'll just put it on this wall here, so that these walls stay free. House station. And, that there. Probably a little bit high, but I think that'd be okay. And this looks pretty drab actually at the moment, so let's put some other decor in here. We will put some potted plants in here. And what else can we put in here? Don't want a bed, don't want a weapon station, doesn't really seem to fit. don't have that. It's a bit over the top. I think what we will do is maybe we'll have let's have one of each. Bit wishy-washy, isn't it? Never mind. Okay. Really feel that the room needs something in the center as well. That's about it, isn't it, guys? Yeah. That makes the room look a bit more as a aesthetic, not just a bland cuboid room. Maybe put some chairs around it or something. Chairs look a bit out of proportion, actually. A bit disappointing, that is. Just take that chair so it looks like it's facing the. Doesn't seem to line up exactly. Okay. That line up. That looks a bit better. Maybe that's the better way to put things out. Put one there. Maybe we'll put just on the angle there. That one looks a bit far out, actually. Yep, I don't like that one. That one. But that's probably going to be a bit closer in. Suppose you shouldn't really have chairs on the point of a desk, on the corner of a desk, but I think that's going to have to be a compromise, guys, because that's actually a hexagonal table. So yeah, I think that makes it look more of a kind of room that you can live in and walk around. Oh, this is all grown up, thank you. Take that. That's grown up really, really quickly. That's great. And it's used up a tiny bit of carbon, not that much. That's great. I mean, to be honest, I'm not worried about whether this actually. I mean, because what's it? Yeah, I mean, we used 2 up. I mean, that type of consumption rate isn't a problem. Because, so I've got these on the wall here. So, I mean, I don't think I actually need any carbon just at the moment. Got here. Yeah, well, we've got nearly 1,000 carbon there. I suppose I could pick some. I think between the planters here and the ones down on the base, I don't think I'm going to suffer from a carbon shortage anymore. So, anyway guys, I think that's going to be it for this part. I don't really want to start anything new now. I've got my base set up. Right guys, here we are. We're down on the hangar deck. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I'll do some more general tidying up off camera and make things a bit neater. And so all I can say, guys, is hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. If you live in the UK, guys, keep warm and keep out of the snow, because we are in dangerous conditions at the moment. So don't take any unnecessary risks, especially if you've got to go out and drive. Be extremely careful. So this is where I'm going to leave it, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.